Hey guys, King of Charmants here to be your judge, your jury, and your analyst. And today I bring to you practice battles for the Flying Cup. Thanks to Harish125, or I just say Harish in the shoutcast. Harish offered to do some battles with me. Others did as well, but I only had time for the 6 that Harish gave me. And with that being said, I was able to get a few battles in and showcased a lot of battles here. So hopefully these teams do help you out. These are featuring my top teams and just how strong the Flying Cup and Aerodactyl is. All these teams I feature Aerodactyl. If you don't have one, you can likely use one with a single move. Just because you can have one with Rock Slide or Ancient Power, and that should do. So budget Flying Cup, you can expect to see a video out there, and I have a budget team Flying Cup out there. Because, yeah, you only kind of need single moves. You don't need to double move them. I also put something spicy in here for you. If you do have Articuno, I will be using this. And it's very, very interesting. Yeah. If you watch the battle, it's just nuts. But before we get started, these are my practice battles for the Flying Cup. Thanks to Harish again. But before we get started, this is my therapist mental health tip for the day. So, my therapist mental health tip for the day is going to be, make sure you call your friends and family. I always say this all the time. I say this before, but a good quote I saw from Batman movie was great, by the way, was that what's worth more the less you have. And Two-Face said, and Riddler said friend. So that's a great riddle. I personally have a small group of friends that know me very, very well and I vibe with, and if they tell me something, if they give me their opinions, I listen to them and I adhere to them and I take from them. Do not seek validation from everyone. This is my therapist mental health tip to you. Validation. As a therapist, I have to validate feelings of my clients. So I choose to validate their feelings and take in their feelings because I have to. Now, I don't mean take in as in I take it as I completely immerse myself in it and absorb their emotions like empaths do. I don't do that, thankfully. I'm not an empath. I know therapists are empaths. I don't know how y'all do it because they literally take in those emotions and feel the same as their clients. Me, I'm pretty steeled. That's just thanks to all the experience I have in the military, as well as counseling and just a whole bunch of other things. And I'm pretty steeled in very high stress situations. And it makes me a pretty dang good clinician. Also, I'm really good at forming therapeutic relationships and alliances with my clients. So, I know I'm a damn good therapist. But here's a bring, and here's a lot of you don't need to validate people feelings from everyone. If you seek validation from everyone, you are going to get exhausted. This is why social media is such a toxic place. If you go to social media, you see a lot of people out there seeking validation for things that bad that happen to them, or seeking validation because they have a large following, etc. No one should validate for you. Unless they're like your therapist and you have severe mental illness and you're trying to work through something, no one that's not a friend, family, or a close person to you that you hold dear should ever affect your daily life to where it's literally making you anxious and whatnot. That happens a lot. Validating feelings, again, if anything, validate your own feelings. Validate your own feelings, analyze things, and overcome them. Do not listen to the voices of other people that don't matter to you. This is why that quote or that riddle from Two-Face is so valuable, because less friends equals you have less of a big head, because you can hold true and form meaningful relationships with a small group of people. Given I can do that with a large group of people, I've done that. I helped a lot in Tucson. I founded a community in Cheyenne. I did this before I ever became a content creator, so I know I got skills. And I am a 7-year military veteran, and I'm also a marriage family therapist / professional clinical counselor. So I practice what I preach on a daily basis. And I choose no one to validate my feelings except my own, unless it's people I hold dear to me, or it's my individual supervisor, or it's someone that has a lot of experience and I truly do mesh with them and I do heed their advice. Other than that, I don't take in the advice or validate the feelings of anybody else. I don't care how many people turn on me from Pokemon Go PvP. I don't care how many people love me in Pokemon Go PvP. I know y'all love me if you're watching my video, or if you're sub to me, I really do appreciate you. But as for everybody else, I don't care. So, that being said, again, my mental health tip for the day. I know it's a long one, but yes, don't ever seek validation from anyone that's not close to you. It's going to exhaust you, not just physically, mentally, and just ruin your day, ruin your life, and possibly cause a long-term mental illness. I don't want that for any of you. I wish that none for any of you. And without further ado, these are practice battles for the Flying Cup, and I hope you enjoy these teams and these battles. Let's get started. Here are the battles. So thank you to Harish again for these battles. I'm not going to go too deep into it. These battles are super fast, and yeah, they're freaking fast. The Flying Cup is fast as hell, and you're going to see why. We got Aerodactyl into Dragonite, and this is a perfect lead for our Aerodactyl, and they swap into Togekiss, and this is why Togekiss is very dangerous to run this cup, because if you switch it to a Togekiss and you get locked into a Skarmory, stealing Skarmory will absolutely delete Togekiss. You don't really have to even shield anything, because Togekiss will never get to a Flamethrower. With that being said, this is pretty much GG's. As you see, Dragonite comes back in. All we're gonna do is just Sky Attack it to death. We're gonna use it like the Kazekage. No, not the Kazekage. The Hokage. Well, the Hokage. Yeah, no, wait, no. The Hokage is the wind. Yeah, Hokage, because Hokage is the wind shadow or leaf shadow. Yeah, freaking Naruto. For those that know, you know. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna Minato our way to victory here. And all we're gonna do is absolutely wipe out Harish, and yeah. GG's. That was, as you see, that was incredibly fast. This was sped up by 1.25, and that battle lasted a whole, I don't know, minute and some change. So, again, these battles are going to be ridiculously fast. Even if you are using fast charging moves like Emolga, your battles will go very, very quickly. Here we get the Mirror Mat. We get Aerodactyl into Aerodactyl. Harish has a Shadow one, though. So, Harish is as soon as you see it, Harish actually missed a move, which kind of sucks. I didn't think that would be prevalent here, but apparently you can still miss, lose a turn. So that's the only reason I won the mirror. I send in Emolga, and this is GG's. If it was the other way around, we would have got a simultaneous knockout. Even though my Aerodactyl is a really high IV, there's a huge spread to where there'd be a simultaneous knockout. And again, Harish did lose one rock, though, which really sucks. So all that, but this showcases just how good Emolga is. If you're up against Mandibuzz, you can shield one, tank the other, and effectively farm down your opponent, having 2 whole discharges to throw in the back row. That's why Emolga's so good in this cup. It has a lot of bulk, a lot of charging, and we're gonna Thunderclap and Flash the unholy crap out of everything it can come through. I'm gonna double shield here. I don't want to lose my Emolga, especially when it has so much energy. Harish sends in Aerodactyl, that's fine. I'm going to fire here. I just don't want to take any chip damage. And then this discharge should KO here, and then we should be able to still get one more shot off. So we still have one more discharge. This discharge will take the shield, and then we have a whole Aerodactyl and whatnot for the back. I save my discharge, and all I do is go ahead and stay in this matchup. That's a Talonflame. And as you see here, if you see Talonflame versus Aerodactyl, Talonflame gonna die. We were in the yellow, and somehow Talonflame gets absolutely annihilated by Aerodactyl. Ouch. Yeah. That's the first time I've seen Talonflame versus Aerodactyl. That was an incredibly painful matchup. Here we lose the lead here. We got Altaria onto Mantine. Now, it's not a bad matchup per se, because you still have to land 2 Ice Beams, but still. Mantine does not do well against Altaria just because it can essentially eat an entire Ice Beam if it wants to. Harish switches into a Drifblim. We switch at the same time, which is kind of nuts because I was planning to switch anyways. I was going to switch into Emolga, and we got Drifblim locked into Emolga. I will eat this one Icy Wind just because I want more farm. Now, as you see, we got extra farm here. Harish is likely going to send in Altaria, but now we can align in Altaria with our Aerodactyl, and then Mantine can probably take on whatever's in the back. That's the play anyways. So, as he discharge goes off, it's debuffed though, so -1, it's not going to do much. But we send in Aerodactyl, and we're literally just smacking the unholy crap out of this Altaria. I am going to go ahead and farm this thing down. I want to blow all my energy against whatever's in the back, and we still have a whole Mantine. So, as you see here, Harish switches into Aerodactyl, so all I'm going to do here is I'm going to fire these rock slides, and this is why I love Mantine with Bubble, because all I have to do here is send in Mantine, and Mantine can effectively farm down this Aerodactyl. As you see here, it's pretty nuts at how versatile Mantine is. I shield here. I wanted to fire our Bubble Beam the debuff, but ideally I should have farmed down. Ice Beam goes off. However, Harish is likely going to shield this anyways because Altaria is already so hurt. So that goes off. We're able to bubble down. We should be able to get to an Ice Beam, but again, as you see here, Altaria is really hurt. So even if we didn't break that shield, we still could have just sent an Aerodactyl to smack down anyways. Ice Beam goes off. This should kill the big Cloud Burb, and that's GG's. I got really lucky there for the fact that, like, I got Emolga locked into Dripplin, but still, this showcases just how versatile Emolga really is in the Stay Switch. Now, we have Aerodactyl and Emolga, and we have Spice, so Articuno, the Queen of Ice, you know what I mean? The GOT finale. I say that reference a lot, and it's a really bad finale, but you know what? It's what it is. So we're going to Stay Switch here as we lose the lead, and we get Aerodactyl onto our Emolga. Fun fact here, you can actually get 2 discharges off if you time everything right. Unfortunately, I didn't time everything right. So they're going to be, Harish is going to be able to smack me down with these rock throws. And now we have to mirror our Aerodactyl into theirs, but we have shield advantage, which is the good thing. I will, however, expend my shield here. I'm going to farm down with rock throw, and after that, we're going to have all this energy to throw in the back. Rock throws go down. 1, 2, 3, and then we still have a whole Articuno. However, watch what comes in. So, we had Skarmory in the lead, right? So, we're going to expect to see that Skarmory to come in. I'm going to fire Rock Slide here. I wish I had Ancient Power, but it doesn't really matter. Harish is going to be able to farm down completely here, and I'm in a lot of trouble. So, Rock Slide goes off. I swap into my Articuno, and as you see here, I should have went for the Icy Wind. I go for Ancient Power, and that's a huge mistake. Well, actually, I wanted Ancient Power because I want to boost. So, as you see, Ancient Power goes off, and Harish does, in fact, shield. But I should have went for the boost. Unfortunately, I do take the Eldest battle because Articuno, even though mine's a Shadow, is unable to farm down that Skarmory before it gets to a second move. As you see here, they get to a second Sky Attack, taking out Articuno. And if I had that, however, I had the Icy Wind, I might have been able to come out with W because in the back we have Altaria. So if I managed to hit out that Icy Wind on Altaria, I might have been able to kill it, and that's GG's. That was a good battle there. So Articuno, as you see, still works in this cup for the reason you could target Articuno, and it's very bulky, as you see here. Even though I used the Shadow version. I got mine from the Rocket event and GoFest a while ago, but yeah, it's what it is. So, we get the most powerful team in my opinion with the lowest threat score, which happens to be Aerodactyl. This is the most, well, it's ABB. So Aerodactyl double electric, Rock double electric. And this team is insanely powerful. Zapdos and Emolga are 2 of the fastest charging mons in the game. And they have excellent coverage moves as well. So even if you have something like Gligar, Aerial Ace, and Drill Peck can still do some damage. And to put ahead of there, Wing Attack is resisted by electric types, so that's why you still have a good match against Gligar. Foul Plays will go off. We can effectively just farm down here. We can farm down and have a bazillion energy left for whatever's in the back. I attempt to fire, but we're off interval, and unfortunately we are unable to take and farm down this Mandibuzz. I'm hoping it doesn't go off, and it doesn't. So, as you see here, we have a bazillion energy for whatever's in the back. I'm going to double discharge. This should break both shields. Now I have Zapdos, and I have a whole Aerodactyl still ready to go. So, the idea here is we're going to break as many shields as possible, and then Aerodactyl is going to get absolutely annihilated by my Aerodactyl as well as the Zapdos. I give up swap here, and it looks terrible, but the reason I'm doing that is because I have a hunch they have Skarmory in the back. And as you see here, I'm going to fire this Rock Slide. But the great thing about this is I should be able to just absolutely wipe out this Skarmory. Skarmory's not going to fire here. However, I can send in Emolga, tank the move because they have to throw their energy here. Then I can farm down this Skarmory, send in Zapdos. I should be able to get to a Thunderbolt, and I should be able to zap, Thunderclap, and Flash Zenitsu style. The unholy crap, Thunder Breathing technique. Go, and we are going to KO this Aerodactyl with Thunderbolt. As you see, we're able to get to the Thunderbolt, and this is GG's. Thank you for the practice again, Harish. This freaking cup is nuts, crazy fast, so you will get through your sets really fast if you really want that Stardust quickly. These battles were literally less than 5 battles in a 10-minute shoutcast. That's it. So, I hope y'all enjoy the Flying Cup. And that's GG's. I hope y'all enjoy the video. As you see, Aerodactyl is the meta. It's like that Star Wars quote. You know when Emperor Palpatine, if y'all are Star Wars nerds, yes, I'm a Star Wars nerd too, he says, I am the Senate. Well, Aerodactyl, you are the meta. So, Aerodactyl does pretty nuts in this cup, and if you want to run through your sets quickly, I highly encourage you to use an Aerodactyl. You can even use a single move one. I will power up a single move Flying Cup team just for y'all if you really want to compete in this cup, and you don't have to spend Stardust. But I have plenty of resources. I played the game for so long. I grinded super hard for the first like 3 years the game's been out, and that's the reason why I have so much Stardust to spend on other things, or I have so many resources. Do I wish the barrier entry was lowered? Absolutely, because I'm tired of seeing the same people play the game over and over again. You want to you know, Pokemon Go PvP is technically an esport, but we're nowhere. We're like tier 10, tier 69. We're so far below the totem pole, but we pretend we are absolutely huge. Like, we can rival Valorant, Halo Champion, Halo, Apex. Like, we Halo the big dogs. League of Legends, no, we can't rival them. It's the same people over and over again that have been so privileged to play the game because they have good things, they have good places, and they live in good places where they can grind. I want the game to ultimately be where that little person down there in the rural area can compete in Pokemon Go PvP, and the system actually works. I don't fight for the freaking people that are like, oh my god, I'm so popular, oh my god, I'm so good at game, because you are privileged as hell compared to everybody else. I've been to many places, I've traveled to many places in Pokemon Go. Japan, Singapore, etc. And there are places out there that are supremely more overpowered than anywhere I would live in, and you would live in, or anywhere in a rural area. I advocate for the many, not the few. Pokemon Go is a game that benefits the few and screws the many. And I fight for the many. Screw the few. I don't care about you. You're privileged to play this game. I'm privileged to play this game, and I recognize that. But I'm not going to shine the light on people that literally have been here forever and are trying to just overtake it because of their pop. No, I don't do that. No. I truly believe everybody that wants to get in this game should have an even chance, and it shouldn't be locked behind this. More videos on that later. But yes. More on that in other videos. Y'all voted for the Eventual Out and esports platform, so you're going to hear more about that later, and it's going to be very systematic. It's going to be very merciless. I don't hold back. But if I can ask you a huge favor, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also, Stuffle Squad, y'all know what to do. Please comment for the YouTube algorithm. I really do appreciate y'all. Also, I stream on Twitch Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I will go back to streaming Pokemon Go PvP once the next season comes out. Till then, I'll be doing Unite or other Pokemon Go things, or PCG, so yes. I will go back to streaming Pokemon Go, like, PvP battles once the new season rolls over. Other than that, good luck on your Go Battle League sets, and I will see y'all on the next video.
That I need, all the things that I have craved, these are